Welcome to a casted game of Age of Empires 4. We're here in Season 3 of Ranked, which means we've got the Ottomans and the Malians here, and Heartlove is going to be immediately opening up with mining 50 stone here, and that's going to be for a military school. So, Heartlove in the south side, in the color yellow, playing as the Ottomans. In the north side, we've got Krakdy here, playing his iconic Chinese civilization, and he's going to be opening up with his villagers over here on the mill. Interesting to see that he's placed his mill over here next to the gold instead of over by the berries. I mean, maybe this is just to save villager time walking from here to the gold. Because that is interesting. Because most of the time we see players building the mill here, and then they can use the berries after. It saves nice 50 wood from the mill. But we can see here Krakdy is going to be going for the village as well. We are on, of course, it's going to be the map Dry Arabia here. And we can see Heartlove, the military school, has been built 1 minute 9 second mark, nice and early. And now he's going to be continuing to chop that wood. Looking to go for a mining camp, I suspect. So, what is he looking to achieve with this spearman? Because we see here the mill. I mean, it's a shame we can't actually see the town center radius. Because if this mill is outside of the town center fire radius, this could be huge for Heartlove. Like, absolutely huge. Because if he can burn down this mill and idle all of these villages, literally, the whole of Krakdy's economy is right here. If this gets denied, that could be absolutely huge for Heartlove. So I probably should actually explain who Heartlove is. It's not Heart. It is either Lucifron or Vortex. That's who we believe it to be. So it's a Smurf account. So we're going to see what he's up to here. I mean, yeah, this is interesting. I mean, I guess this does make sense. I mean, 50 wood in the late stages of the game is really nothing. So you can afford another mill here. But in the early stages of the game, the walking distance from here to here is pretty huge. So pretty big brain from Krakdy right there. Going to be sending out the scout now for Heartlove. Spearman going to be following behind. And we're going to have to see if he's in range of this, because we can see Krakdy's double downing here. He's got all of his sheep underneath this mill. So it's going to be really hard for him to relocate all of those sheep over to the town center, and half of them are dead underneath this mill. So we're going to have to see if the town center radius... I'm pretty sure that's in range. If we take a little rotation here, it's going to be a close one. I don't think this mining camp is, though. That's definitely going to be out of range. We see the age up is coming through from Krakdy already. It is going to be the Imperial Academy. I mean, maybe if he was building the Barbican here, he would be safe. But I mean, yeah, the spearman's coming around now. Let's bring our thing back to normal. And now the twin minaret madrass is coming down from Heartlove as well. It's going to be on the berries here. Now this is quite interesting. There's two sort of variations we see to the placement of this. I'll get to this in a second, but we can see the spearman. I mean, it's going to die if it runs over the... Yeah. So here it gets attacked, but here I don't think it doesn't. This is huge. This is huge. I mean, another spearman's on the way as well. 3 villagers are being pulled. This is going to be huge. It's going to... Tower here. Krakdy's going to be done. Oh, this is going to be huge. Right, anyway, back to this. There's 2 placements. We can either sit here, because the berries spawn at the top side. So you'll have them really nice and close to the town center. So you can hop your villagers in and out. Or you place it next to the berries here, and it saves you 50 wood later on down the line, because this acts as a drop-off building. So you can use the berries here and drop them off in here. But we can see the villagers have appeared for Heartlove. But we see the Barbican. The Barbican's being rushed up. Krakdy, he manages to save it. I mean, if these villagers were pulled earlier, and Krakdy didn't have the resources to pull the Barbican, that could have been absolutely huge. I mean, we have lots of damaged villagers still. 10 villagers hop inside. Ooh. I mean, that's a lot of idle time right now for Heartlove. Krakdy is 1 villager ahead as well. 2 villagers ahead now. Is Heart Lover idle right now? No, he's not. He's not. We see the Barbican is able to take shots down at this outpost. Not going to be doing too much damage though. 2 spearmen make their way on the front line here as well. But I mean, Heart Lover's still in a pretty decent position right now. He might be able to get up another tower over here. And maybe if he grabs this arrow slits upgrade, he might be able to reach these villagers. But that's a stretch, especially as Crackney is now in Song. I wouldn't be surprised to see so we got the lumber camp coming down, and shortly behind this, I wouldn't be surprised to see an archery range being dropped immediately for some. I mean, even just an archer or a Chukanu, just anything because this could become worrisome. I mean, you really don't want to lose out on all of these sheep, and especially the gold. I mean, you can get food from berries temporary, but the gold's going to become a big issue, and all of Crackney's gold spawned behind the base here. We see all 3 of his golds have spawned here, here, and here. A tower's going to be rushed up for Crackney instead. Not deciding to go for the military production, but I guess this makes a lot more sense. You know, go for that outpost here. And I mean, maybe this could have been accomplished with the Barbican being placed a little bit closer. And now we see that outpost is just going to be relocated. Try and save as much space as possible. Crackney may want to rush this up even more. He wants to try and make sure this villager just doesn't get that tower up, because if this tower goes up, that's going to be it for Crackney. I mean, well, it's not going to be it, but you know, it's going to cause him quite a lot of hassle. So I'd really want to rush up that tower. Heart Lover's going to be pushing the spearmen in to try and stop this tower. 2 villagers are on that right there. Spearmen are going to be attacking that first villager. We see the Barbican takes out the first spearman. So Crackney manages to screw up this position. The tower. Oh no, Crackney. Finish the tower. That's all right. He'll get that up soon. And we see, yeah, that's Anatolian Hills coming through from Heart Lover. So he uses his first Vizier point on the Anatolian Hills, giving him that faster mining speed and the 8 sheep right there. 2 military schools up for him. He's got the blacksmith down as well, increasing that production speed. And we can see he's on stone behind this as well. Looks like he's going to be going for a second town center. I'll be very surprised if that isn't the case. It looks like he's going very heavy on the stone. And he's expanding out onto the wood more now as well. Barracks and archery range has been dropped down for Crackney, along with a blacksmith as well. No upgrades in yet, though. But I won't be surprised to see a siege engineering coming through. Spearman here, upgrading to the hardened status. Going to be attacking that villager. Outpost is not going to be going up. And I mean, for Heart Lover so far, it's really not been a successful attack. Villager has gone down, and we can see how far ahead Crackney's villagers are already. 12 villagers ahead. I mean, just the power of Song right there. The Song dynasty playing a big role here. The fortifications have come in from that outpost, so it's going to take a while to be taken down. Spearmen are going to be chasing down Heart Lover's spearmen. Now we see Crackney actually moving out onto the stone as well, which makes sense. He's probably scouted out that Heart Lover's been chopping quite a bit of that stone. I mean, he's just invested everything into archery ranges. So he's stacked up all of this stone right now, but he's got no wood in the bank for that second town center. So I'd assume that's what he's got to be chopping for right now, but we're gonna have to see. So Crackney's going to be going for a second town center behind this, and that means he'll be on 3. And, or the equivalent of 3 because of the Song dynasty. So Heart Lover's definitely going to have to bring up the pressure, and I think that's exactly what he's doing right now. I mean, investing into all of this production. I mean, look at that. 4 archery ranges. So this is really the meta that we've been seeing with the Ottomans, going heavy on the archers. The archers seem to be like the main composition with the Ottomans. He's also grabbing his steeled arrow right now as well. He'll need to grab his iron undermesh upgrade as well when you're up against those Chukanu. We can see Crackney is starting to produce now. Also starting to wall up a little bit as well. And then behind this we usually see Spahi. Okay, no Spahi. We do have a meta. The meta makes a lot of sense. The meta is really strong at this point in the game. So I'm surprised we didn't actually see Heart Lover open up with the first Vizier as the meta. But I'm sure that would be the second one, as it does then provide the movement speed buff. And I think that's partly why the archers are so good. We see Heart Lover's going to be pushing in with a Spahi. 3 Spahi in there. 5 archers and 3 spearmen. Going to be idling out Crackney a little bit there. 9 villagers idled plus an Imperial official. Second town center is going to be dropped there for Crackety, right next to his starting TC. Moving out now onto the deer as well. And once he's got up these walls, he'll be looking in a really nice safe position. I mean, these two wood lines are pretty nice for Crackety. Outpost is going to be attempted to be put up here. I mean, Crackety should be able to notice this and take that down. Crackety going to be moving his army across. I don't think he's got quite enough though to take this out though. Outposts are going to be rushed up to the north here. So I mean, maybe if he can garrison his villagers in. He needs to be quick though. I mean, that could be a couple dead villagers. Garrisoning 5 villagers inside there right now. First villager might be going down. Manages to save it. We got the meta in here as well, providing that buff. Crackety needs to be careful not to lose too many villagers here. He's got quite a big villager lead, but he definitely doesn't want to be losing villagers. I mean, the pressure coming from Heart Lover right now is huge. We do see Crackety trying to get down that outpost. I mean, that's going to be some dead villagers, but I think he's going to be able to hold on. If he can garrison some of these villagers inside. And it's still quite a lot of dead villagers. I mean, Heart Lover doing really, really well right now. You see so many dead villagers, and I mean, more are coming. Crackety, stop rallying your villagers over here. What are you doing? But I mean, these outposts have cleared up quite a lot of the army, taking out the meta as well. That's an expensive unit to be losing right there, and that means these archers aren't going to be around for too much longer. And it seems like Heart Lover's sort of holding back on the production for now. He's still got the 2 military schools up, but the archery ranges have ceased production. And it seems like he's just going to be pausing for now, which is an interesting choice. Because I feel like at this point you want to just be going all in. But that's not what we see. We do see another military school being dropped down. So we're going to have to see what he decides to do here. Crackety finally grabbing his wheelbarrow upgrade right now. No wheelbarrow in from Heart Lover right now. And archers are in the backline here. Crackety going to be losing even more villagers. I mean, Heart Lover is 20 villagers behind right now. But yeah, I mean, you got to remember with the Ottomans, these military schools, they're sort of like villagers, I guess. You could equate them to be villagers. Because it's like free resources in terms of military. But Crackety's being idled quite a bit here as well, so Heart Lover looking pretty decent here. I mean, he's still got a decent archer mass, and it looks like he might be wanting to go for a bit of a maybe an age up. He's still producing a few archers, but it seems like he's being a little bit indecisive to whether he wants to go all in or not. He's floating a little bit of resources here. He's got some stone in the bank as well, so maybe he's now looking to go for a second town center, because he's still only got the one. I mean, second town center might be pretty decent, as he does need to catch up. Chukanu for Crackety are going to be going down, and he's just being idled so much. Both wood lines here. I mean, I should have pointed this out earlier, to be honest, but Crackety just has no access to wood. I mean, he's got a little bit of a wood line over here he's got access to, so maybe he looks to try and wall that up, but we can see 3 archers are standing over there, and this is a huge problem for Crackety. Ram now being constructed for Heart Lover. I mean, this feels really bad floating 300 stone right now, and he's got some gold and food in the bank. Everything just feels a little bit indecisive, but we're gonna have to see how this push does. He's got the meta out again, and the Ram is going to be slowly starting to siege down some of these production buildings. And I mean, all of the production buildings for Crackety are on this back line here, which means Heart could quite easily take Heart Lover could quite easily take a lot of this out if Crackety doesn't react to it. We don't actually have much army out at all for Crackety. We can see he's now actually going to be moving out onto this wood line over here. First archery range is going to be going down. And lots of arch. Okay, so it seems like Heart Lover's just going to be going all in here. 2 spearmen setting here from the military school. He probably wants to rally that over here. Another Vizier point is in for Heart Lover. What's he going to be going for this time? That's if we can even tell. So for the second Vizier point he used was the addition of a military school. which makes sense. I mean, you definitely want that that extra military score. So I wouldn't be surprised to see if he went for the additional production speed on top of these guys. Would make a lot of sense. Unfortunately, we cannot tell, but that's my speculation at least. Now we see Crackly going to be moving onto, or not, Heartlava going to be moving onto these back production buildings, and that's a problem for Crackly. I mean, he hasn't had access to wood. I mean, you know, if Crackly didn't have this wood line within the walls, he would be in big trouble right now, because with no access to wood here, he wouldn't have the production buildings down, and that means Crackly would have nothing to produce out of. But luckily, he has got 2 archery rangers up here producing out these Chukunu. Third round now up for Heartlava as well. Looking to try and siege down the Imperial Academy now as well. Oh, no. Never mind. Going to be moving straight past it onto the barracks there. And we can see this really is the meta for the Ottomans. I mean, pushing him with 47 archers right now. And he's got 2 metas in there as well. Let's see what they're providing right now. If I can click one. Okay, so it's going to be the plus 15% attack speed. It's not going to be the ranged defense. I mean, personally, I would be going for the ranged defense. I mean, if you know you're up against Chukunu and Town Center Fire, surely that's the one you want to be going for. But not going to be the case this time. And now Heartlava's all three rams are going to be focusing down this town center. And the problem for Crackly is that he's got no villagers inside of this one. I mean, if these were villagers, he could hop them out. We've got a bit of a voice crack there, sorry. He could hop them out and burn these down. But Chukunu, unfortunately, aren't going to be doing as well up against the rams. They still do decent damage because Chukunu do a base damage because they shoot 3 times basically. So they do 3 times as much damage as an archer would against a ram. But yeah, definitely not looking too good for Crackly here. I mean, Heartlava looking really strong right now. The metas have been taken out though. Crackly pulling some villagers. I mean, Crackly's villager count is still way ahead. He can afford to lose some villagers to try and take out these rams. And now the Chukunu are going to be pushing him back. Everyone's got all of the upgrades in. Villagers now going to be pulled onto the rams. The rams focusing down the market for some reason. Bit of an odd target right there. And this might be bad for Crackly. Luckily, Heartlava can pull back onto his outpost here, which does have arrow slits and a fortification up. Which, I mean, that might change everything right there. But luckily, Crackly can hold just for now. His market's going to be going down if he doesn't repair it. Good job, Crackly. All 12 villagers were needed there to repair that market. Good job. You do not want that market going down. So you can see Heartlava is really looking to go all in still. I mean, he's floating quite a bit of wood at the moment as well. Did he invest that stone into a... Yeah, he did. Another town center. So he wants to... try and reduce that villager lead that Crackly has. But I mean, look at the villager lead right now for Crackly, looking super strong, and he's actually got so much of a villager lead. He thinks it's a good idea to pull these villagers to burn down the outpost, and it probably is a good idea because that means all of these archers for Heartlava are going to be cleaned up, and that's not looking too good for him at all. But Crackly needs to be careful. He can be pushed off this wood line. We see outpost going up on the south right there, and that's an absolute cleanup for Crackly. Crackly cleaning this up. We see the outpost is going to be going down as well. Not too many dead villagers there for Crackly at all. He's still on 2 TC. Managing to keep that town center alive. I mean, maybe if Heartlava went for this one instead, which, I mean, would have been trickier, but this town center only has 2,500 HP compared to the 5,000 for the main town center. But Crackly's going to be caught off guard here. All of it, he's got no wood anywhere, and his outpost is still up for Heartlava. So maybe Crackly looks to just try and burn down this outpost and re-establish these wood lines, because at the moment he's got no access to wood. But I mean, speaking of wood, Crackly stacking up 1,500 wood in the bank right now. I mean, he'll be good for wood at the moment. So Crackly looking in a pretty decent position. I mean, cleaning up that army was huge. That could have been a game-ending moment for Heartlava. I mean, you know, if you denied away these wood lines at the same time, And if Heart Lover kept that army alive, I feel like he would have been in a much, much better position. But Crackly looking really good now. I mean, 42 Chukunu. He's deciding to build some rounds of his own to try and clean up some of these towers. And it looks like Heart Lover is going to be going for a Castle Age play now. 11 villagers on the Mohammed Imperial Armory. And it looks like Crackly is not going to be following him up. He's got a load of gold in the bank. I mean, it's probably the case of having all of those villagers on gold right there. But he needs the food, so maybe he looks to go for a Castle Age, but I would assume so, especially when he sees that Heart Lover's aged up. And Chukunu can just take such good fights here up against the archers. I mean, you really want to have that meta in there with the archers. Otherwise it's just regular archers, you know? Who wants a regular archer when you can have super buffed up ones with the meta? Surprisingly, yeah, that's a surprise actually. All three military schools producing Spahi. Usually what we see is one player has the meta training from one of them, but clearly not this time. Crackly is going to be edging up as well behind this. Not too far behind. He's got that faster build speed as well. It's going to be the astronomical clock tower, of course. What else to expect from a Chinese player? And now we actually have Lancers coming out from Heart Lover. I mean, maybe if he can get a nice little wrap around here, he might be able to clean the army from Crackly here, especially if he gets his veterancy upgrades in. But it doesn't look like there'll be any veterancy upgrades coming in. Lancers and Spahi are here. No fortitude ability coming out yet from Heart Lover. Probably not worth it in this case. Probably just wants to try and tank as much as he can with these guys. And Lancers going to be doing a good job here. And Crackly doesn't actually have a gate. His gate's all the way over here, which means that's going to be a lot of dead Chukunu. But, I mean, is it really that bad for Crackly? I mean, we take a look at his villager lead at the moment. He's 40 villagers ahead right now. And his economy is looking really, really decent. He's had this lead for quite a while, which means he's got a ton of resources in the bank. And speaking of resources in the bank, Crackly, what are you doing with 2,000 wood in the bank? I mean, I guess he hasn't done his farm transition yet. So maybe once this food is exhausted, he looks to make a bit of a farm transition. We can see Crackly's really starting to move out. I mean, building a keep over here for this little bit of wood, definitely interesting instead of just pushing this away. But we can see Lancers and Spahi here are going to be able to take out that battering ram. And Heart Lover's figured out what this is over here. We can see how fast that monastery being built right now. Definitely an odd position for it. But yeah, archers are going to be pushing in here. Mass outpost coming out from Heart Lover this game. I mean, he's just been relentless with the outposts right here. Lancers going to be taking out the Chukunu here. Archers as well going to be helping out. I mean, the Lancers are really just there to tank while the archers do the work. Not really sure what Heart Lover's plan is here. I mean, he probably wants to get out a trebuchet. We can see he's got a mangonel in the queue for the well, not in the queue. It's you know, he's got a mangonel right there. Wouldn't be surprised to see he flips over to the trebuchet. I mean, trebuchet right here would be really nice to just try and confine Crackly into his base. Because at the moment, Heart Lover still has map control. I mean, surprisingly, it may feel like he's on the back foot, but he's still got quite a bit of map control with these Lancers, which means Crackly just has to slowly push out with these keeps and towers. But we can see he's managed to secure up his own base again, which, you know, Crackly can pull back from here. He can go back into his base. I mean, saying that, these Lancers are in the base, and that's going to be causing a little bit of an issue for Crackly, but yeah, they're going to be cleaned up underneath this town center fire, so not too many issues there. It seems to just still be mass Arch of Heart Lover. I mean, I don't think there's any civilization in the game that just goes mass Age 3 Archer. I mean, maybe the Malians if they get their poisoned arrow upgrades. But even then, it's usually the javelin throwers for them. So, is this the new meta, do you think? Just archers throughout the whole game for the Ottomans? Nesta be out for Crackly, going to be instantly suicided right there. Luckily, it is the clock tower, so it is it going to be safe? Oh, it just gets taken out just in time for Heart Lover. Clock tower almost coming in clutch right there. We have a monk out for Crackety as well. What are you doing, Crackety? You've got this whole base here, and you build your farms here. What are you doing, Crackety? I mean, he's really looking to expand out with these keeps. I mean, I guess he's got a nice defended area here, but that's, I don't know, that just seems really, really random. Villagers here for Heart Lover are going to be trying to burn down these outposts before they get their sprinkled emplacement upgrades in. I mean, Heart Lover definitely doesn't want to be losing these villagers right here, as he is still, I mean, losing 12 villagers right here is definitely not good. I mean, Heart Lover's just starting to gain back how far he's been behind this whole time. Crackety on 120 villagers right now. And now it really does feel like Heart Lover might be on the back foot. I mean, Crackety just being a China turtler right now. Slowly expanding out onto these resources on the right hand side of the map. He's got the big gold mine here as well. Going to be taking the boar as well. Pretty smart decision right there. Also going to be mining up that stone, so it looks like he's going to be going for another keep as well. Lancers. How has he got in? How does he keep getting in? Heart Lover keeps getting in and idling all of these villagers for poor Crackety, but is there a hole there? Is there a hole? There, what? There's a hole there? Nah, no way. I guess. That's kind of ridiculous though. And Crackety's just like, no, we're not having this again. We're walling this up and we're sticking a big fat keep here. That is not happening again. So Crackety looking pretty decent right now. We've got a siege workshop coming up for him as well. I mean, we take a look at the score here. I mean, Heart Lover's really not that far behind, and he's caught up in villagers. That second town center in the end really did help out. But we can just see the military numbers right now for Heart Lover looking really good. He's got the mangonel out. I think he's got a second one on the way. Just so many lancers being produced. I mean, the military schools seem to be absolutely crazy right now. He's got 4 of them up. He's got a meta, two knights, and a spearman. And then obviously he's got the free siege as well. There is the trebuchet in the queue. We've also got some men-at-arms coming out as well. Going to be a nice tanky front line. I mean, Heart Lover's going to be getting into the base again. I mean, I find this really odd for Crackety. I mean, he's expanded like everywhere on the map, like all the way over here. When he could have just built behind his base and he could have had this nicely defended. And now we've actually got a keep drop coming in from Heart Lover. He's not pulled too many villagers, only 11 villagers here. Is this keep going to get up? I mean, we got the Barbican attacking the villagers on the backline as well as the 2 town centers. If this keep gets up, this could be pretty bad for Crackety. We've got Nest to be on the backline here. Lancers are going to be targeting it down. We've got 3 metas here as well, providing the ranged defense upgrade, which is definitely going to be worth it up against these veterancy upgraded Chukanu. And this is not looking too good for Crackety. Lots of damage being done onto the villagers right there. Nest to be still firing onto those villagers. 2 villagers remaining. I don't think the keep can get up. If I were Crackety, I'll just pull all of these units that you've got remaining and kill those 2 villagers. You do not want this keep to go up, although I think the town center here is going to do exactly that anyway. The one Chukanu is going to be helping out here as well. Do we have any more villagers being pulled? I mean, maybe if Heart Lover pulled some more villagers there, he would have been in a really good position to get this keep up. And once that keeps up, I mean, Heart Lover can just keep on sending units right into the main base here. And he would have this really nice defensive place. But I mean, he still sort of won the fight here. I mean, he's still got 10 archers, 3 metas, some men-at-arms, and a janissary in here as well. Sprinkle going to be going down for Crackety as well. And do we have more villagers being pulled? Yes, we do. 10 more villagers are on the way. This keep is going to be going up. And once that keep goes up, I mean, Crackety could be in some trouble here. For a landmark snipe, potentially. Alright, maybe not. We got the Imperial Palace coming up here, but I mean, that's a risky position. He's going to get a ton of line of sight. We'll take a little look at the line of sight he gets from that. But he's got the clock tower, his town center, and the Imperial Academy and Barbican all underneath this one keep, which could be pretty bad for Crackety. And I mean, this Imperial Palace is going to be pretty easy to take down when you built it literally 5 feet away from the siege workshop, but we're going to have to see. We'll take a look at Crackety's radius. I mean, look at that. Look how far you can see with this. That's pretty crazy. He hasn't even used his Imperial Spies upgrade yet. Or ability. And this is looking pretty good for Harlover. I mean, he's got 101 villagers. I mean, it's sure he's still behind, but... I mean, he's got a military... He's got 4 military schools and the Mohammed Imperial Armory. And these all count as you know, 3 units, which count as sort of like villagers. I guess you could, you know, compare them like that. And so they're not actually that... You know, Crackly's not actually that far ahead in economy. And Harlover right now has such a good position. And I feel like it's because Crackly... I don't know what you're doing, mate, but why are you down here on the farms? I mean, what was wrong with up here? You didn't like the land? Too expensive? I'm really not sure. But we can see the trebuchet has arrived for Harlover right now, and this bad boy is going to be doing so much damage onto the town centers right here. And this could be bad for Crackly, because no more TCs. I mean, he's building another town center down here, but if Harlover can start to get off some really good raids, which shouldn't be too hard. I mean, you can just mass up lancers and send them in, like, you know, send them in here, send them in here, send them in over here. I mean, look at this. Crackly's really taking the wood from everyone on the map right now. I mean, once he does that, Crackly's going to find it really hard to recover with Vills. We see the trebuchet, not really sure what it's doing right now. Going to be taking his first shot onto the town center right there. And I think Harlover's finally realized the men-at-arms span from Crackly. The men-at-arms are coming in. We got, what is it, 4 counterweight trebuchets right now. Oh, the trebuchets are going to be going down. The Imperial Palace is going to be going down, but I mean, look at this. Crackly right now pulling out with so many Palace Guard. This could be terrible for Harlover. Harlover could be losing his whole economy right now. I mean, his army's all the way back here. He's going to have to retreat back with him. And this could give Crackly time to clean the army up north if he sends up some units. But the mass Palace Guard right now, we do have crossbows coming out from Harlover. He's got quite a few crossbow, and I mean, the army is being cleaned right now for Crackly. So maybe I hyped that up a little bit too much, but I mean, at least he took out 4 trebuchets right there. I mean, that's like 2,000 wood, 1,000 gold right there gone. The Imperial Palace has gone down, which could be bad for Crackly. I mean, we see he's still got all 4 landmarks up over here, but the town center is going to be going down soon. Same with the astronomical clock tower. So Crackly's going to have to be careful. He's going to have to repair up this bad boy pretty quickly, or if he looks to go to the to age 4 soon. But we just see more and more barracks coming down. We got 2 Nester Bees on the back line here as well. Maybe if Crackly pushed in with these Nester Bees earlier, he would have been able to get some good shots onto the crossbow. It just does seem like he got a couple good shots off. Another nice shot up right there. Crossbows are still alive though, and this is not looking too good for Crackly at all. We see landmark victory approaching here in the top. We got Veterancy Spahi coming through from Harlover as well. And there it is. The TC has gone down. The Astronomical Clock Tower has gone down. The Imperial Academy and the Barbican of the Ton. The 2 last landmarks remaining for Crackly. Can Harlover do it? I mean, not gonna lie, this is the sort of plays that I would make. Is I would just pull all my villagers and right-click the base. like that's the sort of thing I would do. Just right-click the Barbican, right-click the Imperial Academy, but yeah, I probably would lose it. We do see the Imperial Palace has been put back up for Crackly, so maybe my idea wouldn't work. 1 trebuchet remains for Harlover. Going to be starting to siege that back down again, but we can see the Palace Guard are going to be running back in. But still, lots of crossbow remain for Harlover. Definitely looking in a decent position right here to hold on. And I mean, Crackly right now, he's sort of just like, you know, this doesn't matter so much up here. You know, oh, just relocate our base down here. I mean, it's certainly interesting. I'm sure this video will be called like the Great Migration or something along those lines. But we can see Harlover actually making a pretty decent push here. He's got veterancy upgrades in for the Spahi. Got some men-at-arms in there as well. Unfortunately, he's going to be losing quite a lot of his army here just to some poor pathing right there. But it seems like Crackly is doing pretty decent at pushing forwards right now. The Mohammed Imperial Armory goes down. And I mean, all of the production right here for Harlover is on the front line. I mean, look at all of the production right here. He definitely doesn't want to be losing. If he loses out these siege workshops and the military schools, that's when he's going to be in some trouble. We do see they're a pretty even eco at the moment. So we're going to have to see how these players approach it. But we see Barbican is going to be going down soon. So maybe the approach is for Heart Lover is to try and burn down the Barbican, then the Imperial Academy, and then you can just surge the Imperial Palace with everything you got. We see villagers making their way onto the front line as well now for Heart Lover. A bit of a misclick, but I mean, it doesn't really mean much. I mean, look at the amount of villagers he's on. Really doesn't mean much. Janissaries on the back line here as well. Not going to be doing too much against Palace Guard. Unfortunately, not like regular hand cannoneers where they counter these guys. Fortunately, they are anti-cavalry, so Janissary is really not going to be doing too much here. But I mean, Heart Lover sort of pushed back again. I mean, it's very back and forward over here, but my worry is for Crackety is that once these two landmarks go down, we see there, the Barbican of the Sun has gone down. All that remains is the Imperial Academy and then the Imperial Palace. And once the Imperial Academy goes down, I mean, you could just, you know, pick up all your bills, pick up, you know, a ton of Spa here or whatever, and just right-click this landmark. It's only got 5,000 HP. So that's gonna be, yeah, could be a tough one for Crackety right now. But we can see he's managed to hold on. 20, where have those villagers come from? What are you doing with these villagers, Crackety? I think they might have been down here on the, no. I don't know what they were doing. But we can see Heart Lover has spotted out these villagers. Crackety going to be losing out on all of this wood over here. I keep being dropped over here as well. Heart Lover just everywhere on the map right now. Heart Lover's having, he's, I mean, I feel like Heart Lover's going to win this. But then again, I mean, Crackety's doing really well on the front line right here. Just pushing back all of the production right now. We have 4 trebuchets, 5 Nesta Bees, and just a ton of Palace Guard right now. I mean, this is an ultimate late game composition right now. Oh, Heart Lover's not been focusing down the Imperial Academy right here. What's he been focusing? Oh, he's been focusing down that. I feel like this could be so easy for Heart Lover. Just burn down this landmark, and then all you've got left is this. And you're buying Crackety time. I mean, Crackety's losing lots of builds at this point, so Heart Lover just really needs to just try and hold on. But these Nesta Bees are gonna be worrisome for Heart Lover. I feel like Heart Lover might just want to delete some villagers at this point. It seems like he's maybe a little bit too over invested in the economy, and he just can't get enough units out. Because we can see he's raiding so much right now with the Spy. He's 200 out of 200 pop cap. He's floating so many resources right now. So many units going down right there to the 5 Nesta Bees. Heart Lover throwing right now. It's Crackety. I mean, the first landmark's gone down. Maybe Crackety could look to go for a bit of a landmark snipe right now. I mean, we see there, we can see his trebuchets have locked onto the 2 military schools, then the town center, and then the twin minaret madrasa is a little bit far away. Going to be a little bit trickier for him to take out, but Crackety's not actually that far behind now, though. Military schools down as well. That's a lot of the Ottomans' infrastructure right there been taken out. And that means Heart Lover has to reinvest into these barracks over here. He's got enough wood for it, but the Imperial Academy still stands. I feel like, you know, this is something I noticed with a lot of professional games, right? And that's they always seem to forget about landmark sniping. I mean, it's something the Mister loves to do, but we never see other players do it. I mean, right now would be perfect. Heart Lover could have had this landmark down, and then you just, you know, what is it? Control A, which selects like everything, including your villagers, and you just right-click this landmark. I don't know. maybe there's a reason people don't do it, but I feel like it's such an underrated play. And now we see Crackety. He's going to be moving in. He's got such a good army right now. The town center is going to be going down. I mean, these trebuchets, counterweight trebuchets, doing really, really decently right here. And we see the men-at-arms right here, managing to hold on with the Nesta Bees on the back line as well. A nice little wraparound from Heart Lover, bringing a couple Spahi, but unfortunately that's not going to be enough. We've got even more trebuchet making their way onto the battlefield. And this is not looking good for Heart Lover. He's got one landmark left. One landmark. Can he do it? I feel like Crackdy's just in such a good position right now. Despite losing his whole starting base and relocating down to the south here. Losing all of his landmarks apart from, well, 2. He should only have 1 at the moment, but it seems like he can hold on. And with that, the 4 trebuchets, the Palace Guard, they're going to be taking down this last landmark. I mean, Heartlover just doesn't have the units here. He's -7 wood right now. He's had to, I think he's just collected in a load of wood. And now this is going to be Heartlover's last push. Shot's gone onto the last landmark. Can he do it? Crackdy, 4 trebuchets remaining. He's still got 4 up. Heartlover needs to target down these trebuchets. 2 trebuchets left. Not going to be going down yet. I think he's managed to hold on for now. I think he's managed to hold on, but at what cost? I mean, there's so much army being taken out right now. 1 trebuchet left. Unfortunately, he's going to be targeting down that blacksmith, not the landmark. So it seems like Heartlover is going to be able to hold on for now. But we've got more counterweight trebuchets on the way. 33 villagers being paused for a keep as well. Heartlover really going... If he loses all these vills, this could be awful. I mean, Crackety's on 108 vills, but 100 versus 70 vills, especially when Heartlover's got no town center. Well, he's got 1 town center, but his main town center's been taken out. It's going to be really tricky for him to recover all of these dead villagers. Is the keep going to be going up? We see the trebuchets are going to be targeting down the keep right now. Villagers... I think they're going to be able to get up the keep, but at what cost? I mean, 81 villagers versus 106 villagers now. I mean, Heartlover really needed those villagers. His economy was the thing that was keeping him in the game right now. Last landmark remaining. I mean, the keep goes down anyway. Such a throw of villagers. I mean, 68 villagers right now. 3 counterweight trebuchets on the back line here as well. They're going to be making their way up. And I don't think Heartlover's going to be able to hold on for too much longer. The last landmark sits there, waiting. Lots of villagers on the berry bushes right there. I mean, it's a nice little food source for Heartlover. But we can see that the mass for Crackety just regrows so quickly. I mean, the Chinese economy back here seems to be booming away. I don't know where Crackety's gathering all of this stuff from. I mean, he seems to just be moving around the map, gathering from everywhere he can. He's like a little cockroach at this point. I mean, look at all these farms as well. They set this up all the way from the beginning. Like, you know, what was it, like 20 minutes through the game? He was setting up farms over there. Crazy, crazy stuff. And now the 3 trebuchets going to be targeting down that last landmark. Not going to be long. And I feel like this army here is going to be able to deal with this, especially with Nesta Bs on the back line as well. How many Nesta Bs? Just the 1 Nesta B, but it's going to be enough. All Crackety needs to do is buy time. I mean, still 1 landmark remains for Heartlover. And the twin minaret madras is going to be going down. The villagers have no more wood. -1 wood in the bank right now. He can't repair it. He's got no wood. He's going to have to buy or something. He's trying to get it up, but it's going to be going down. Crackety's just buying as much time as possible here. He's going to be losing his army again over here, but he can just replace it so quick. Villager pool coming in for Heartlover, but the landmark is going to be going down. It's 1 volley away. Villagers trying to get in there on the trebuchets right now. We've got so much mass coming from Crackety, and good game gets called as the landmark goes down. Oh, it's still up, but it would be going down. Let's go with that. Let's go with that. Anyway, what a game we had there. Crackety, absolutely madman, moving his whole base down to the south here. I feel like Heartlover had that in the bag. Like, he could have sniped this last landmark if he targeted down the northern one with the trebuchet. What a game. Wow. Well, if you did enjoy this, guys, please do feel free to leave a like. And I'll catch you in the next one.